Hello, everyone. Welcome to another review from Simply Nerdy. I'm your host, Steven. I'm joined today by Austin, and we have two guests. We have Alex and Jack.
Hey.
They are
Welcome.
back to do another movie review with us. So thank you so much, you guys, for coming on the show.
Thanks for having us.
Let's get into it. The Minecraft movie. So we're going to have a spoiler-free section, and then we'll do our scores. And then we'll have a spoiler section at the end / fun experiences that we had in the theater. So, non-spoiler. Who wants to go first?
I'll go first.
Austin?
Sure.
Go first.
Yeah, absolutely. As somebody I feel like a boomer in the sense that I have very little exposure to Minecraft. I think we had a discussion before recording that I have a grand total of 10 minutes playing this game, where I was basically just checking it out because a friend suggested I take a look. And, I went into this movie with very low expectations, and I was pleasantly surprised. I love Jack Black. He's such a character. He's
amazing.
He's a wonderful human being, and I absolutely love him. And I really felt like what they did with Jason Momoa's character was very interesting. I won't go too much into spoiler territory now, as we're going to hit that later, but I feel like his character was just so not Jason Momoa, but I think it was a great new portrayal for him to do. And some of the other characters were, the plot itself was very shallow, and overall, I try not to let the theater experience of what's going on with the audience and everything affect me. It was a bit crazy, we'll get into that, I'm sure.
We'll get into that later.
But as disruptive as that may have been, I try not to let that affect how I feel about the movie itself. I honestly feel like this movie it definitely blew Snow White out of the water, and I'm grateful for that.
Yes. Yes.
But anyway, it makes me happy to know that there are movies that are video game to movie adaptations that are doing well. How well is up for debate as far as if it was really a good movie. But I do feel like the success that we've seen and the new fans, the people who are now going to be big fans of Jack Black, or that might not have known anything about Minecraft, and now they're going to know some of the references and be able to appreciate it a little more, like myself. So yeah, overall, solid movie. I would probably take my kids to see it. They're a little young right now, but once they're old enough, I wouldn't mind letting them watch that. Minus a few parts where there's some mild language that kind of surprised me for a kid's movie. It didn't really bother me, but I'm like, I don't want my 5-year-old or 6-year-old or 8-year-old, whatever the age they're going to be at. It's like, I really need to throw that in. I feel like it was just an attempt for them to appeal to adults, and I was like, it's really not necessary, but whatever.
Yeah.
It is what it is.
I totally agree with you. I think the plot was pretty weak sauce, but the part where the movie shines the most is when it has any of those Minecraft references. I don't know how much time I have in the game. We tried to look it up before. I couldn't find it. Unless I turned my PlayStation on, it could have been relocating for a minute.
Do you at least have a best guess? Is it more than 30 hours? 100
It's
hours?
over 200.
200, okay. That's a decent
It's over 200 just on the PlayStation 5, because I did play it on the Switch. I bought it on the Wii U. In fact, that's why I played on the Wii U. I played Minecraft where I listened to all the NX rumors and built a huge castle in survival mode. So I did it the long way, the hard way. So I know I have hundreds of hours.
So what do you have more on, Steve? Minecraft or Animal Crossing?
Minecraft.
Oh, really?
All right, that tells us a lot.
That surprises me.
Yeah. Yep, I do. Yeah, so I collected a lot of hours. I enjoyed the Minecraft references the most. Those are great. But I agree with everything Austin just said. Alex and Jack, what are you guys' thoughts?
So, funny story. So, kind of hopping on what Austin said there. I haven't beat a little bit. I played more than 10 minutes. I got an Xbox 360 a few years ago, and it just had Minecraft on it for free. So I didn't actively go out of my way to play Minecraft. I was bored and it was there, and I loaded it and I played it for probably an hour. And it was fun. It was like, I have nothing against it. I love the concept and the idealism behind the game. I love how it's all based on creativity, building. I think the game's great for what it is. But I'm as boomer as you can get when it comes to this movie, this franchise. I don't know what's going on. I don't know what anything does. Like, when I played that free demo, I flew around and I just kept flying, and then I dug into some caves. But I didn't build a house. I didn't do any of the mechanics. Like, I couldn't tell you anything. So I originally was going to avoid this movie. I had no interest in seeing it. I had no plans in seeing it. But what's funny is the only reason Jack and I went and saw it is because there was an article that just went online that was talking about how in Utah theaters somebody was unleashing a real chicken. And I'm just like, Jack, we should just go just in case our theater has like a. So I went in fully expecting like a dumb theater experience. I was like expecting it, and then I got the movie on top of it. I didn't hate the movie. I'll be honest. There were a lot of parts I liked about it, but overall I thought it was dumb. So I'm just gonna leave it at that. It was good fun. I think it's awesome that the kids like it, and I think what it's doing to the industry is good. And I love seeing it's crashing the box office, just dominating that. Seeing that a video game adaptation is once again giving the industry an idea of, hey, this is what the generation wants. This is what people want. So more into video game adaptations. I got a buddy of mine who has a kid who's about 10 who grew up playing Minecraft. And he saw it, and he said his kid loved it. So I'm like, you know what? If the kid liked it, then they probably did something good. I didn't see it, but the movie wasn't made for me. I'm just being honest for you. So there were parts of it that I enjoyed, but it wasn't for me.
Yeah, I actually had my 9-year-old and my 6-year-old there with me, and they both loved it. Walked out of the theater, they're like, buy it, Dad. Buy it, Dad. We loved it, Dad. Buy it. I was like, we'll see. We'll see if I buy it or not. But all right, Jack, how about you, man?
All right, well, I've got you all beat because how many hours do I have on Minecraft? 0 hours.
Two extremes.
Yep, the two extremes.
Yeah.
I mean, obviously you can't live in this world without knowing some Minecraft references just because it's so big. But yeah, that's my experience. I had 0 hours, so I had 0 expectations. The only person I knew that like watched it said it was bad, and the other person fell asleep. So
Wow.
So that was kind of my reference point getting into the movie. And like Alex said, we just went because we wanted to see if the theater would be crazy or not. So it was kind of more just for the memes than anything. The movie itself, like I say, I was expecting something really horrible, and it was kind of middle ground. Like I say, the reference I use for movies that are so bad it's good, like the number one so bad it's good movie is
Napoleon Dynamite.
Oh, okay. Yeah. So it was nowhere near that level, but there were some scenes that were actually pretty funny in that movie. And even if you don't like the movie, it felt very, very fast to me. So
Yes.
it felt like a 5-minute movie. It was kind
That
of
goes
weird.
by quick.
Yeah, so I don't know. They did Jack Black to the Times stuff, but I'll say Jason Momoa's character was the best part of the movie.
I agree. I loved Jason Momoa's character. Even like usually when you go in these movies, you're thinking of Jack Black. I came out thinking I was more of a fan of Momoa in that film than Black. So,
Wow. Say Jack Black and Momoa really did carry that movie a lot.
Black was good.
They did.
The two-man dynamic they had was good. So
Yeah, it was
I
great.
agree.
Especially
It was great.
one scene. Everybody will know what I'm talking about.
One scene, we'll talk about that later. All right, let's give our review score so we can get into that. So, oh man, maybe I shouldn't go first. Austin, why don't you give a score first? I'm still debating between two different numbers.
Yeah, so given some of the thoughts that we were, all saying, I would have to agree that this wasn't the greatest movie. Was it enjoyable? Sure. It was a silly kids movie. It's perfect for families with kids that just want some mind-numbing, silly action and humor. But I would personally have to rate it about a 7.5. And that's being generous.
My number maybe feels a little harsh now, but I actually give it a 6 out of 10. However, I would like to give my little caveat that I actually did enjoy the movie. I'm glad it's doing very well in the box office, like we've already said before. Love to see video game adaptations do so well. It is a good time with the family. But yeah, like I said before, the story elements just weren't there for me. The Minecraft references were the best part. Though they were in the Minecraft world, there were still like few and far moments in between where there was actually like a good Minecraft moment. Yeah, that's me. How about you guys, Jack and Alex?
I would give it a 6 out of 10. I agree with you, Steven.
Sweet.
Wow. I was going to give it a 6 out of 10 as well.
Sweet.
All right.
All right.
Yeah.
That gives the official score of 6.4 out of 10.
Not bad.
It's
Definitely not bad. Not bad.
Not
If you're
bad.
looking for a good time, you will have a good time. Do you need to buy the movie or see it more than once? Debatable. But
your
Good
kids will
choice,
want to
Steven.
watch it 100 times, and
kids
you'll be
will-
sick
yes.
of it at that point.
So, Steve, at the top of your head, does Simply Nerd have a movie that's rated lower than that?
no.
Not a movie, but a show, yes.
Yeah,
I remember that Knuckles show. I remember that.
The worst video game. That was a pox on video game to
Oh,
film adaptation or TV show
So bad.
adaptations.
I
Oh,
hope they
movie
make.
review. Yes.
I hope they make a season 2 so you guys can review it again.
No.
Yes, I want to see it. You're going to watch it. You need the view to Steven.
Goodness gracious.
I remember setting up the whole thing. I was like, we're gonna have so much fun, and seriously, by the end, it was like torture.
Oh man, that's so true.
This was not torturous.
No.
We actually had a good time.
No,
with
yeah.
the whole thing.
This
Even
wasn't
though,
torture.
like Austin said, we had some crowd eruptions, and I think it's due to again the fact that I don't know if it was like a marketing scheme or what, but the fact that the movie kind of turned into a meme.
It was a TikTok trend.
It was. Is that
So
what
it's a
happened?
meme. Yeah, apparently there's a big TikTok
Right.
phenomenon going on where are we in the spoiler territory, did you say?
Yes, we
Okay.
are. Yes,
So-
we are into spoilers. So here we go. If you haven't seen
Yes.
it, go away.
Yeah, if you haven't seen the movie,
Or if you don't care,
come back later and watch the rest of this later. Yeah, so apparently there's just a big TikTok trend where once the character that Jack Black plays, Steve, says chicken jockey, everyone loses their minds, and they in our theater in particular, there was confetti cannons, there was popcorn being thrown, and people were standing up with their phones and either recording or flashing lights, and I was like, oh,
Yes.
what is going on? I had no clue about the TikTok trend, so I was kind of shocked.
Oh, you guys got the experience we wanted.
Yeah.
I think we did.
No live chickens,
You're like, what is
unfortunately.
going? No live chickens, only in Provo does things like that happen.
Yeah, that's right.
Oh, I knew about the trend that you just mentioned.
Oh yeah.
So, and when the scene was coming, I was like, here it comes. And when Jack Black's like, chicken jockey, like our theater had a little bit of rustle, like people started yelling it, but it wasn't in bad faith of throwing popcorn and stuff. I'm going to
Okay.
mention something here. Despite the fact that we were just talking about how this is good for industry and now they can see what people want, this movie has unfortunately put a stain on the Minecraft community.
Yeah.
Because there are people who work at movie theaters who have straight up come out and said, I have never had a screening so disgusting and I had to clean up and ruined. Basically, entire theaters have been ruined with soda and candy, and
Dang.
we're talking like hundreds of dollars of damage, maybe thousands, because some of this stuff is going into seats with electronics.
Yeah.
So
Oh
Yep.
my
it
gosh.
actually
No,
has
it's true.
yeah, it's actually unfortunately given a bad light to this community because some of these people are young and stupid, and
Mhm.
the older people who jumped into this should be ashamed. It's kind of embarrassing. Like that's the negative side of what this movie
Yeah.
has done.
Well,
Yes.
let
There's
it
been
be
a few
said
occasions
that
that they've had some cops come, so
yeah, that is unfortunately the outcome from the brain rotting TikTok phenomenal.
Yep.
So,
Yeah,
it's it can be exciting and invigorating watching a movie where people are really into it and cheering and such, but they had just taken it to a whole nother level of ridiculousness, and it was just obnoxious. They're disruptive kids, not just during the chicken jockey part. At the very end, there were people in front of us standing during the credits, and this kid that I was sitting next to was just like, I can't see, Mom. Like, I'm so sad. I really want to see what's going on. And the people in front were just standing there, and I'm like, people were just very irrational. They didn't have the ability to really put themselves. Yeah, just they weren't courteous because they weren't in the moment. They weren't present. They were just focused on themselves. They were focused on, being silly teens or whatever. But like you said, Alex, standing, throwing popcorn, confetti, chickens, juice, all this stuff, soda. It's one thing to cheer and to clap and have fun. It's another to be totally irrational and spilling food on other people, and it's just very disrespectful to the cinema property, and it's disruptive to other people. It's unfortunately, it really is going to put both Minecraft and moviegoers in a bad light. People are going to say, I don't think I want to go to the movies if this is how it's going to be.
Yeah.
Like Minecraft 2 comes out, there's going to be some major repercussions.
Yeah, you hope this doesn't happen again, because Minecraft 2 probably will, but you hope it doesn't.
They already signed on for Minecraft. It's happening.
Minecraft 2 is happening.
Yeah.
But they're going to take measures. They're going to take extra measures now to.
They're taking measures right now.
Things. They've already got warnings.
Right now.
They've already got warnings at the beginning saying, "Hey, be aware." Like this.
And they have to be there with an adult too.
Right. I can think of the first time that within our life that I can recall theaters were explosive, and that was Endgame. Right.
Mm-hmm.
People were cheering.
And Star Wars, actually.
Star Wars, But like, we were okay with that. Okay, it was a little rowdy. People got loud, but people were so into it. It's like you said, it can be fun. Yeah. And I got no problem with that. This was crossing the line.
Oh, yeah.
100% was crossing the line. Because it's just like, come on, these people working there are not going to want to work there now. It's just that this is going to be a normal thing. Like,
and it wasn't just the one time either for just a chicken jockey. It was for I Am Steve.
It was
everybody in the whole theater.
It was. I actually. I am Steve.
And I was like, what the garbage is going on right now?
Let's see. I made a whole list. It was when they announced Nether. Nether was a big reveal for people.
There was a big one.
The redstone mines.
That one too. Yeah,
that was big.
Flint and steel. ours had a cheer of Flint and steel.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
We already mentioned I Am Steve. Let's mine and then craft. Let's Minecraft. Where he says that. They kind of went wild there. The mine cart. I actually had a note here. I'm like, that would actually make a really cool Universal Studios ride in the future.
Yes.
Minecart ride, Minecraft. There was the Villager's Date, I think, was another moment when people kind of went crazy. Chicken Zombie, of course, we already talked about that. Enderman was another big one. The Wolf Pack. What were the big
the
big golem type people?
Oh man, now you're gonna ask me what it's called. The Iron Golem, I think.
I think it was Iron Golems. Yeah. So that whole reveal, people just went nuts for that. Like there's a lot of references, and you gotta appreciate
those parts.
Yeah, those
minus the crowd reactions.
Yeah, minus the crowd.
Okay.
Anyway, yeah.
So I don't know about you guys, but for Jack and I, the best part by far was when Jason Momoa and Jack Black were flying together.
Yeah, I thought you were.
Everything about
100%.
that scene. It was just
for the parents.
Everything about it. Like I did not think they were gonna go in the direction they did. It was like we gotta tighten up, and they're like spinning, and then it's got like this crazy CG, and they're flying through an explosion, and Jason Momoa was just. I couldn't stop laughing. Like that was the best part for me. But and the second part that I thought was so funny was when Jack Black's like, "You're just gonna try to stab me with a knife, aren't you?" Knocks it out.
2 or 3 times.
Happening.
Every time.
Yeah,
That was pretty funny.
Yeah.
I know
What was
that
your
they.
favorite part?
My favorite part, I'd have to say,
That's your one.
Flint and steel.
I this is kind of weird, but I actually thought the villagers date scene moments were really funny between what's her bucket, the famous actress. I can't remember her name, but hi, whatever her name. She's just, the big nose. And then the very end where he's like speaking perfect English.
That was funny. That was funny.
Gosh. And she, of course, is speaking villager. That was silly.
great. That was
There are a
funny.
lot of good moments. I'm trying to recall some of the other funny moments, but Jack Black, there's probably some real good moments with him that I'm sure were probably some of my favorites. But
Yeah, I love Jack Black.
he's silly.
Jason Momoa ate the chicken hole.
Yes, that's funny. The lava.
The lava
That's
chicken.
definitely one of my favorite parts.
Mhm.
Absolutely one of my favorite parts.
Yeah.
I just love the end sequence with all the action. It was so fun to see all those creepers and all the so well done.
If there's anything to be, I say credit is due, I thought the movie visually was enjoyable to watch. Like it was
Yes.
colorful
Yeah, I
and pretty
agree.
enough that it wasn't an eyesore. Because when you tell me they're making a movie of Minecraft before I saw trailers and stuff, I thought that's going to be an eyesore. That's what I
You're
thought.
right.
They actually modernized it and made it so like a boomer like me can watch it and be like, okay, this is
Yeah.
pretty.
Everything from even the I don't remember what they're called. They're not pigs, but they're like goblins. I don't even know what they are. But they were they're all cube shaped, but they're
Yes.
not. They're
I-
not
Yeah.
Yeah,
polygonal.
I really like
You know.
the style basically because I remember that was and I swear that's not a hot take. Not many people I don't think thought that, but I saw comments for the YouTube channel. You remember how this movie had bad reception and it's
Oh, yeah.
just dominating the box office? So much for that crowd.
Yeah.
So when
I am that crowd.
I was gonna say I'm gonna
I
admit
was
I
in
was
that crap.
I was very hesitant. I was kind of
I
just
was
like, no, this is
I was straight up just like, wow, that looks dumb. But somebody, I remember a few people were upset because they're like, they should have just used the real graphics from the game, not like this updated. I'm like, nah, what they did was the smart move.
that was the smart move.
It
I
was the
agree.
smart move. Don't put them in the actual game. No,
No,
sorry.
go
They
play the
should've
game
made-
if you want the game.
Yeah,
graphics.
yeah.
They should have made the real world Minecraft.
No. I'm like torn on the fence about that. There's a part of me that was like, I wish they would have done like the way the game looks, but just like make it look the way they did, but just to have all the characters be Minecraft looking as well. But I'm actually I came around.
I mean, we
Came right
can
on
all
this one.
agree the plot was very paper thin. Like,
Yes.
Yeah.
there was a lot they could have done that probably would have been more interesting. Like, I think of a movie that was put under a very similar light here. It was a Lego movie.
Yeah.
The Lego movie was
Yes.
phenomenal. It was phenomenal because they
Amazing.
not only just had a good plot and a Lego movie like Minecraft was pretty looking, but it also wrapped itself together so well at the end.
It did. It had a great
Yes,
plot.
it
It
did.
was a frame narrative, so you also get plot of like breaking the fourth wall
Exactly.
almost.
Yes.
And it was, I don't know, I really did enjoy Lego Man. That's a good comparison.
Yeah,
That's very good.
that's how that's like what I see as a comparison, is they're both similar. Minecraft really is just a 3D Lego, right? It's like the digital Lego is what I would say.
Yeah.
But I'm not saying Minecraft should have just straight up copied them, but I am saying that, I don't know, maybe with Minecraft 2, honestly, I have no expectations for Minecraft 2. I have none. We'll see. If Jason Momoa returns as the same character, I would contemplate in seeing it. Because, again, I thought he was the funnest character. I enjoyed his character. All his scenes were great. When they hinted that he died, I didn't believe he died. I was just like, it's not going to be as fun. And I was right. It wasn't as fun until he came back. So that's where I stand with Jason Momoa.
I have to say, one other moment that I thought was hilarious was the orb, and it was a cube. So in the beginning of Jack Black is like, but it's not an orb, it's a cube. And then they did the same thing for the new, for whatever their names are, Henry and Natalia and Natalie. And I don't remember the other chick's name, the woman that joins them. What's her name in the movie?
I don't remember either.
Yeah, I don't remember you.
Must not be important.
I only remember Minecraft Steve.
Yeah. Yep. Minecraft Steve. I remember Garrett the Garbage Man Garrison because
Garbage Man. Yeah.
Malgosha's the evil pig lady, and then you got General Chungus. Those are the only names that really stuck out because they mentioned them multiple times, and then there are others that I'm just like, I have no idea.
The other part I really loved, I know we touched on this vaguely before, but the Enderman was awesome. They did that so well. Again? So that's the little really tall black figure with the eyes
that if you look at it
around the room, if you look at these eyes, they'll kill you.
Okay,
that was so cool. And his little screech, I was like, "Oh, this is awesome!" I was making sure my kids weren't scared. I was like, "Are you scared?" And I'd have her sitting here like,
"See, I can probably speak to Jack." When you're saying Enderman, I'm thinking of the guy in Smash Bros.
That's exactly who I think.
The little guy who walks up to Momo and blows up. Like, that's what I'm thinking of. I'm like, yeah, I guess that scene was okay. Like,
you're like, yeah, it's fine. No, it was actually really well done. I loved it.
I need to give you more PTSD as Enderman at Smash then.
Let's go. I think that's all I have to say about it, though. Unfortunately, you guys, anything else you want to say?
Trying to wrap it up. There's anything else I can say about it?
I will say that there was a lot in that movie. Like I said, it felt super short. And they put so many plot lines in it that were kind of okay. Let's move to the next plot line. Let's move to the next plot
honestly
line. Oh, he's a villain now. He's dead. Now he's back, and I'm like,
I'm gonna play devil's advocate for you here. The length and the, I want to say, ADD nature of that film. Do you not think they just absolutely knew what they were doing based off who was going to see it?
I mean, probably.
That's kind of where I'm.
It's better than a film that drags.
It did not drag. I'll give it that. It wasn't boring. Like,
no,
that's a positive thing to say.
Yeah.
Someone like me who's never played the game, wasn't into it, wasn't boring.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
I will say the beginning started dragging a little bit when it's like
I agree. I was
brother and sister's relationship and all this, and I'm like, can we go back to Minecraft?
Yes, that's exactly what I literally had that thought as the beginning was. I was like, okay, get back to Steve. Get in the world already. Hurry, let's go. Get in.
I will say, if there's one thing I kind of enjoyed from it, it was when it showed how they were interacting with the world. Like when Jason Momoa fell down the cave and then they're like hitting stuff just to keep moving and it's disappearing, coming back. They kind of did a good job kind of showing like if they're in that world, how it would interact.
And the building too.
Yes.
Wow. Yeah, that was really cool.
That was cool.
Yeah. Really cool seeing those small little blocks they're picking up. I was like, this is cool. See, it's like all those little Minecraft references were the best.
Oh yeah, and the crafting table. There was a whole lot of references like that was just so cool that I was like, I know exactly now how it works in the game because of how they portrayed it in the movie, and it's great.
Yep.
But Dennis, I forgot the dog, the wolf dog. I totally forgot about him. He's another character that I cared about.
I like Dennis.
Yes.
Yeah.
There was one reference I kind of understood. I'm lying when I say understood it, but it was when the pig with the crown walked across them.
Yeah, I didn't get that one either.
See how you not
my head.
So only reason I understood that reference was there was a TikTok wherever they explained it.
Yes.
So there was some player, someone with pigskin who like did something huge to the community. And so when Jack Black said that's a legend, it was a reference to an actual event in the game.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
I had no idea. That's cool.
I had no idea. But our theater erupted for that too.
I think the biggest offense here is that somebody on this review of Minecraft's named Steve, you're not wearing a blue shirt.
That's fair. Dang it.
God.
You know what?
Lost, missed opportunity.
The one time I wear green.
Jack's got
one time I wear green.
Yeah, I am Steve.
There you go. I am Steve.
It's like swap the names.
This guy.
Yeah.
That's right. All right, I think that about does it for our review. So let us know down in the comments down below what you think of the Minecraft movie. If you've seen it, and if you have not seen it, why not? And and tell us if you had a weird, crazy theater experience too, because we definitely did.
And if
We'd
you
love to hear your stories. Yeah.
Yes,
tell us
we
your
would.
story.
If you have a video,
Yes.
show us your video.
Share the story.
Share the story. And until next time, guys.
Keep it nerdy.
Been nerdy.